Yeah, so I actually have some time to record a video and add commentary. So this is actually a 2v1 against two free-to-play people. The guy's hanger that you're seeing right here, and I guess his friend as well. He had messaged me in the comments to 1v1 him. So yeah, we're doing a 2v1 right here. These are their hangers, and yeah, after this then we'll get into the first match. Okay, so I'm not entirely sure what they're going to spawn because this is the first time I'm playing against them. So I'm just going to start out with my Amit to charge the Titan and play it safe. Also, keep a look at my power cells. Yeah, they're going to go down pretty quickly. So trying to get some, trying to close the distance actually. I know one of them has a last stand, but I'm not sure what it is, and now I realize that it's a Leo, so of course that thing has to die first. But I realized there was a jumping Amit, so I'm trying to get around the corner of this thing, because the only thing that matters is to get that Leo. As you saw, I blocked the Leo's shots and then also the other Amit shots, so now I currently have my shield up and there's not much I can do. But I used my what's it called, the unstable conduit there to block those shots, and now I just need to tank this Amit because there's basically no point in hitting that Amit. I tried there and I basically did no damage to him, so I've now realized that this Leo has to die, and I'm still trying to get some damage on him, and my shield's about to run out, so I need to block that guy. I'm trying to bait him out, and there's another shield where his Croco's hit, and now I'm using Stealther trying to get his last stand here, but he is healing a lot. Bringing back up the shield to block any shots. Notice that I do also have some yellow shield, which is very important because they're not going to be able to hit that until my shield's down. And now you see my other shield, which just got depleted by the other guy, which he did save his shots, but now I'm healing back up a little bit. Got his last stand using a Stealther here to protect from any other shots. And all I'm trying to do is kill this Leo, because if I don't kill him, he's going to heal up, which he did die there. And now this Amit will go down quickly. I do have another Stealther as well, which is very good for my Titan. I decided to use this right here to just try and kill this Amit, because I know that I'm going to get a lot more charges from killing this Amit and hitting him with Croco weapons. Almost dead here, already at 35%, which is fine because he gets in their shield and I'll survive. I do max out my repairance here, which never happens. Bringing back up another shield, and that should be the last shot, and he's dead. Now I'm switching to my Titan because that Pathfinder is going to be very hard to chase around the map, so I'm trying to get close and, yeah, deal as much damage as I can, because I do have anti-control, but I don't want to get stuck out in the middle, especially because I have an Axor, which, if I get locked in the open, then an Axor is going to do a ton of damage. The next lockdown that I have the next lockdown that I take will lock me down, so I have to be careful. He didn't expect me to go out here, so I'm trying to get as much damage on him as possible, which I almost kill him there, but I was just an inch away from walking if I wouldn't have gotten locked. So I try and get that blue shield away right now, and I'm thinking that I can finish him in one shot right here, which I mess up that dash, I would have gotten closer, but now I'm just worried about this Pathfinder because he won't die. I'm trying to slow him down, and the Anaxor comes out, and if I did have a dash, that Pathfinder would have been dead, but I'm trying to bait him the other way right now, trying to move over, and then I can dash this way and try and get some more damage on him, which I got locked again, but I have the tech to deal with now. He's going to use a mothership. I'm EMP'd right now, but that's fine because they're both kind of hiding. I'm going to pretend to go to him now because I will kill him, but then I can also dash straight back to the Pathfinder and kill him as well. Now I'm just waiting for them to spawn. I have to be very careful with the sword units though, because they do a ton of damage, and if I max out my repair amps too early, it's not going to be good. So I'm trying to hide and take little to no damage. That's why I use Stealther there, because the more damage I take, the more repair amps I'm going to get maxed. I got a really good dash there, and I killed the Lynx. And now I'm trying to get around to the sword, but I realize that I'm not going to make it there before another flight. So now I'm trying to get back in cover, which I kind of do successfully here. I do have a dash though, so all I have to do is be patient. He did actually dash in though, so I can get some more damage on him right now, which this was the first mistake, maxing out my repair arms. And he does get, what's it called? A stealther cannon right here. Not the mothership, but the cannon, but ultimately he's dead. Now I'm not sure if they're going to spawn Titans yet. I don't know how far they are on the meter, so I'm just being careful, but they both spawn over there. Now I'm just waiting it out because they technically have to come to me. I do have to be very careful though, because the other Titan is a Sharanga, which I know that if I dash in, I'm going to get timed out. So I have to be very careful because I don't want to get timed out and knocked back by the Princeps. And I currently don't have any immunity right now because my repair ups got maxed so long ago. So I'm just trying to play it very safe. You see how much damage those Kistons are doing. I'm trying to get some cover behind this wall here because I know I can corner shoot really well, which those Kistons still do a ton of damage. So now that I know his ability is about to be out, I'm waiting for the Kistons to dash in. Now that both of them are gone, I'm going to use my ability. I still have no clue when he's going to time me out, but I guess he's going to let me get that kill first. And I was supposed to use the stealth or mothership there, but I missed it. I was so mad because I literally clicked at the wrong spot, which I was so sad about. But now I'm just bringing out my sword unit because Titans can't counter it. Trying to figure out what he is first. That torch actually does a decent amount of damage, surprisingly. Now that I realize it's a Rex, I'm going to try and get as much damage on him first, because he also can't do anything about this. And I want to survive with this sword unit, so I'm using Stealther here, which I get another great hit right when his ability ends. And I'm just going to try and finish him off right here, which my ability is basically ready, so I got him there. And there's the timeout ability, which I don't get my Death Survivor anymore either because my HP went down during the flight. So now I'm just basically waiting for my ability. Right as he shoots those Kistons, I'm going up because they're going to charge my Krokos. And now I'm going to try and get as much damage on him as possible. Which he did time me out here, but basically the duration of my ability cooldown and the timeout is almost the same, so it's just gonna go back and forth between flight and timeout. I did get a bit of damage on him there, but now I'm dashing in hoping that it would really change anything, but he's just gonna wait. Waiting for another ability here, and now I'm basically just gonna go up, try and get as much damage because I basically know if it keeps going like this, I'm not gonna kill him. So I just decide to go in all the way. Now I'm bringing out one of the only robots that I think can counter it, which is the Rex, because both the Kistons aren't able to counter the Rex, only the Torch. So now I'm trying to rush in, which the Torch is actually doing a ton of damage. It's crazy how much damage a singular Torch is doing. And I think it's only level like 18 or something. It's not even that high leveled. Which now that I'm finally up here with him, he's going to time me out, but it's ultimately going to be over for him. I want to use my ability in the timeout so it's already active when I get out so I don't die, but yeah. And, oh, there's one more. Which I thought I had a heal here because I thought I was going to die faster, but I just wasted some power cells. And they have one more robot. I was thinking about letting it take my last stand here, but then I realized it wasn't worth it. And holy, this Lynx is fast. Look how fast this thing is. Like, oh my gosh. I was thinking about going the other way, but it just hides around the rock. I can't do anything. And I'm ultimately going to get executed there, so. I thought about bringing out a Pathfinder to lock this thing down, but I mean, he's not going to come out until he has an ability, so I'm not sure what I was thinking. I thought he was going to come out there. Yeah, and the match is going to end in 5 seconds, so 2, 1, and the match ends. So GG for the first match. We actually played 4 matches. It was a best of 3, but we just decided to do 4. So yeah, that was the first match. Okay, now that we have won the first match, we are getting into the second one. I honestly have no clue why it picked the same map again. I chose Factory, but I guess we'll just play on the same map again. I'm doing the same thing as last time and starting out with the Amit. So, I don't know if they dropped the same robots or not. Actually, they didn't, because one doesn't have a last stand, and the other one is a Lynx because of the stealth and the speed. So they're trying to split up right now, which is what I realized. And once I figure out what that thing is, I already know what the Lynx is, and it's on a high priority. So since this is the Amit, it's the highest priority right now because it has the most damage. So I'm waiting for his shield, and then I want to block him from the Lynx, make him go back, and now I'm going to try and do as much damage to this guy because the Lynx will take some time to get to me. I get a good shot on him, trying to bait the shield again, which I think it was still on cooldown. Now I'm trying to get it right here, which I get some more free damage before he brings up a shield, which he does now. And I already have my shield up, so I'm just trying to get damage from the Lynx and the other dude in my shield. And now I'm waiting for them both. His shield is about to be down, and the Lynx won't do enough damage. So I'm just going to try and kill this guy real quick, which I unfortunately aren't able to do. I thought he was going to go farther back, but he's going to be in range still, so I'm going to finish him off and then go for the Lynx now. The Lynx was honestly right behind me, so he does go around the wall though, because this thing is so quick and I'm not going to be able to chase it down in an Amit. So I'm basically just going to go for the other guy, which is now an Anaxor, which I have to be very careful for because that Anaxor is very powerful. I'm trying not to hit him with my built-in weapon because I don't want to make him go invisible, so I know exactly where he is. Which now I'm trying to rotate over to him because this Lynx I'm not going to be able to chase. So I'm going to make him follow me. And I'm hoping that he can't get into another ability before I reach, but he does get into another ability. So I'm just going to try and block as much damage from him as I can here. Now they're on the same side, and I tried to get a shot in, but it just was too late. Now the Lynx is actually coming over, so I'm going to hit him with one weapon there to get his invincibility down and do full damage there. And now he's phase shifting, but it won't be long enough and he'll die when he comes out. That guy has another ability, so I'm going to wait with my shield, and now I'm using my shield. And the Leo is currently still on me, and he's waiting for my shield, but he actually lands here for a shield, which I didn't account for. Now I'm pulling up a shield here, so he'll hit that with his Crocos, and he's using a Mothership now. I do have my shield ready, though, and my Titan, which I have to be very careful about this combo, because the Anaxor with healing is very powerful, which I do unfortunately lose a weapon here, so I was about to switch into the Titan, but I got my Mothership charged, and now I'm going to get into the Titan. I do want to make it over to them as quick as possible, though, because I want to know exactly what they're going to do, which the Leo is now landing, so I want to deal as much damage to him as quick as possible. The Anaxor goes in flight now, so now I can basically just wait it out. Leo's gonna go up soon. Almost got his last stand though, which now that I'm dashing in, I'm ultimately gonna take it. I did use an ability there to get through his last stand quickly, so I can just kill the Anaxor as well. when I dash in. And now they spawn a sword unit, which, again, these things are terrifying and I have no way to counter them. So I need to be very careful. And the one guy has 2 of them. Yeah, I think it's that guy who has 2 of them. Now the Teth is coming in, which I'm going to dash so I get behind cover from the sword unit and the Teth all in the same dash. And now that the sword unit is going to be going down soon, I'm going to try and kill this Teth, which he actually dashes away. But I can dash in here because I know I'll still have cover from this building when the sword unit goes up. Now I'm just trying to get some damage on the Teth. And I use a stealther here so the sword can't shoot into my back and I can kill the Teth. And I try and dash out here, but it was way too far and I won't be able to get a view of the sword unit. I'm hoping he comes out, but I still can't do any damage to him. He does dash in here though, which was actually perfect. But he was so fast that I couldn't catch him. And now he uses another ship. They do spawn a Rex though, which I know from the weapons. So I'm going to try and go for this sword unit first because he is top priority. And now that I know where the sword unit lands, I can tank a bit of damage and dash. And now the sword unit's going to be dead when he teleports back. Which he does max out my repairers there from literally one stray shot. So now I'm going to try and kill this Rex and get out of here. And this was a big mistake to dash in instantly with the Rook and to try and tank the damage, because no Titan in the entire game can tank the damage from what's it called, the Dark Light, right when they spawn, because their repairers just won't max out quick enough. So what you want to do is when you dash in, you want to turn your shields to survive the Dark Light, and then when you do that, you can basically just go in an all-out brawl, because the Mauler won't have enough damage like out of its ability to kill you. You'll basically just get your repairers maxed. And now I'm just trying to kill all the rest of their bots, which I feel bad for him using power cells because that's like 40 power cells down the drain. But the sword unit's gonna go back. I'm gonna try and teleport over to get more damage, and the sword unit's ultimately dead. I honestly think this is the best combo for the Mauler 100%. Because you get range to deal with a lot of the robots, but then you also have the Void to deal a ton of damage with the Dark Light, and I think it works out perfectly. So that is now the second game. GG's on the second game. We're now in the third match. I'm actually going to start out with the Rex here because I wanted to switch it up and see how it would work out. Which I know one has a last stand now, so I'm assuming it's going to be the Leo, but I'm still not sure. So I'm trying to look here, which right there I do realize that it's the Leo. So I'm going to try and take that thing out first. And I'm trying not to let them know what I am, because if they know what I am, then they're going to know to stay back. So I'm trying to, because I'm trying to make them come to me right here. So I'm just waiting. And now I know the other dude is in an Anaxor. So when I realize the Anaxor is going around with his ability, I know that the Leo's open, and the Leo's actually coming to me. So I'm trying to wait around the wall quickly and dash in right away. Which I'm now suppressed, but trying to get some damage on here, which I'm taking a ton of damage. I'm now healing up, and I'm basically gonna die through my last stand, which I try and kill him, which I luckily do kill him, because if I didn't, he would have healed back up to max HP. So now I'm deciding to go with Teth, because this is such a long range map, and I want to get over there quickly. And it also allows me to teleport away, which I realize they have a Pathfinder, so I'm trying to get undercover, because if I get locked down, then that Anaxor is going to kill me. trying to sneak in here and either deal some damage to the Pathfinder or Anaxor. But the Anaxor uses his flight, so now I can just wait under here for his ability to end and then get the Pathfinder and the Anaxor. Which they actually land right next to each other, so I'm teleporting in on both of them. Get some damage on the Anaxor there, and I want to get the Pathfinder's last stand first, and then go to the Anaxor, which he's already EMP'd, and the Anaxor is going to die, and I'm going to use the Stealther here to not take much damage, and then the Pathfinder's dead. Now they spawn an Amit, which I've already teleported out, so, and I 100% counter the links with my Stealther, which is also very nice about the Teth, which is a stupid targeting system. But yeah, I'm currently teleporting in, and they're both EMP'd, so I can basically get to the links through the Amit because he is EMP'd. Now that I kill the links, I have a Stealther, and I'm gonna try and teleport in right here and make him hit my back shields, and now get some damage on him. That sword unit is doing a ton of damage though. I was gonna try and get my Titan charged here, but I realized that that wasn't happening, so I decided to heal up, and yeah, there's all my power cells gone. Also, I got so lucky and killed that sword unit before he got his mothership, so now I can basically just try and kill these two. But I do have to be careful now because I don't have the last stand anymore, which I try and get the sword unit here, which I do actually get a good amount of damage on him, but it's not going to be a kill, which will become a real hassle when I get my Titan out. I'm trying to make him hit my back shields now, which I do successfully, but I ultimately don't have enough back shields and I die here, which my Titan is ready, so that's fine. I also switched the weapons to put one Veneer and two Chasms to see how that would work. Veneer or Vincier, I honestly don't know which one is which. And I do get some free damage on the Amit. But that sword unit is just going to stay in the back. I'm trying to look for any damage opportunities to kill him, which I get a tiny bit of damage on there, but still not enough. And I do want to get over there to the Amit, but the sword unit is doing a ton of damage, so I'm trying to get in there, and I tried to dash through, but I actually missed. I do get the Amit though, and now I'm trying to get some damage on him, but I still can't. I was initially going to hide behind that thing, but it's way too short, and then I realized that they spawn a Princeps, so I'm getting a Stealther to protect myself from the sword unit and the Princeps, trying not to get my repair amps maxed. And I still cannot get any damage on the sword unit, so I decided to just try and get a bit of damage on the Princeps. If I can bait his ability, I know that I'll have my repair amps maxed, but I sadly cannot get his ability, so I just decide to go down. And I get freaking stuck on the stupid roof, but that's fine. The only thing now is that any damage I take is basically going to be permanent, which is not good. And I'm still trying to get some damage on this Princeps, but he's hiding around the corner. I do have the best corner shooting capabilities though, which is why I took this spot instead. And that sword unit is still alive, and I still can't deal any damage to it. So now I'm going to try and go for the sword unit, which he actually went up now, so I'm going to try and hide. And I know around where he teleported, so I'm trying to dash out here, which I hit the dang roof. And now I'm trying to get some damage on him, which I finally killed the stupid sword unit. So now I'm trying to get back in cover before I lose too much damage, or too much health. And I also baited the Princeps ability. And I realized that those things were coming after me, and they do a ton of damage. And now my legs are damaged, and I'm going to be super slow. Yeah, tanking those was a really bad mistake. Now that I'm so slow, I'm trying to creep up to this Princeps. I I get a tiny little bit of damage, but basically nothing. And I'm not sure what this guy, this Titan is doing on the top. This Sharingan, that's what it is. Basically just waiting it out at this point, because if they want to win, they have to come to me, and I know this. But I still also want to try and kill that Princeps, which I try and dash in here, which I actually did perfectly. I wanted to dash on the wall to get slowed down and get the dot ability ready, so if I take damage I could heal it back up, but he didn't come out, so it was kind of a wasted perfect dash. And I know this Sharingan is still on top of me, but I honestly have no clue what he's going to do, so I'm still trying to deal with this Princeps. I was thinking that he was going to drop down here, but I didn't know when or what he would do. Which he does drop down now, which unfortunately he had a shield and I dashed into the wall. And I ultimately couldn't get back before I'm dead here. If he didn't have that mothership, he would have been dead, but that was good play by him. And now it's 2 Titans against my sword unit. He's currently out of range for the Kistons though, which I'm trying to get some damage on him here, but the Princeps is going to go down. Basically any damage I do to them is not going to be healable. Moving over here to get under the cover and closer to the Princeps, which I do luckily get my ability out in time. And now I'm trying to dash in for no reason, but yeah, that ultimately went bad. I think it was because I was trying to bait the Princeps to get closer to me so I could deal some damage, because I will have my ability before he gets over here. And now I'm just waiting, which he gets behind cover before I get those shots. So now I'm going for the Sharingan, which I'm not really going to make it in time. And now the Princeps is still trying to get over to me, but luckily I get in cover quick enough. And I do have my Death Survivor ready, so I try and get that out and try and kill this Princeps, but he gets his ability. And now I'm waiting for the last moment, and I was going to dash in, but I missed the opportunity. But it's alright, because his ability is gone, and hopefully I can kill him here, which I don't. I died very quickly. But now I'm trying to get him with my ammo before he gets his ability back, which almost. There we go. Got the Titan Slayer. Luckily, now that I have a mothership, I can block from the Kistons, because they will do a ton of damage, especially to a slow-moving Amit. And now I'm going undercover, so he can't hit me. And I know that's a Teth because of the teleport, but the match is going to be over. And that is GG's on the 3rd match. Now we will get on to the 4th and final match of the video. Okay, to give you the context of this match, they asked what my weakness was, and they said brawler maps, and I said no, because I have the Mauler, of course. Well, then I suggested long range maps, and I was thinking maybe Dreadnought or the map we just played on, but no, they picked the longest map in the game, and I was like, oh my gosh. I was saying not this long. But yeah, so I decided to spawn my Hystasis, which, if I'm being honest, doesn't really work too well in 2v1s. And I currently don't know what that is. I think it's like, I don't know, a Lynx or something, so I'm waiting out here in the open. Which, then I realized it's an Anaxor, and I thought maybe I could get out of range, but I can't. So I need to get undercover quickly before he starts dealing damage, which he's dealing a ton of damage to me. And then I have that guy shooting in my flank as well, which is going to proc my Survivor, or Reviver drone, my bad. I do get a good amount of damage on him there, but I wasn't watching my health and died there. I'm now looking for a long-range robot to spawn, which I ultimately choose the Bagler, which I think all the weapons are like level 6. 2 of them are like level 6 or 8, maybe One is level 1, and I think the other one's Mark 2. Level 1. I'm trying to get some damage on the Anaxor as he goes up into flight, because I don't know if he can heal it back or not. I don't believe he has the drone. Which, the funny thing is, I'd been wondering this the whole time, and I never decided to go back in his hangar and check, so... That guy has a really long range build, though, so he can basically just stay away and get free damage on me. I'm putting my teleport back there, so if I need to, I can get behind the cover to hide from the Anaxor. And I am getting some good damage on this guy, but he's going to teleport across the map. And I basically outrange the Anaxor, so any damage I can get on the Anaxor is free. I can now hide behind this wall while the Anaxor is in his flight. And now I get some more damage on the Baglior, but he's just going to heal it up. Still trying to get damage on the Anaxor. This is going to be a slow match. I'm ultimately putting my teleport farther back to get distance, because the more distance I have on the Anaxor, the safer I am. Which I lose a lot of health there, actually, but I heal it back up. And now I need to watch out for that guy too, so I'm trying to stay behind this cover right here, which I do successfully, because now I can get below this, I don't know, bridge and get a teleport over there, which I was trying to teleport behind the thing, but as I was holding it down on the screen, I ran out of room, which I somehow get the Anaxor as well as he was going up in flight, which I was very happy about. So now it's just me and the other Baglior, which I can get some good damage on. I do have to be careful though, because he's going to do a ton of damage. Trying to corner shoot here, but I don't really get much damage. And the funny thing is, we both throw our teleports basically in the same spot. So I know that if I teleport over there, I'm going to have cover from him. And if he teleports over here, but he somehow teleported behind me. I have no clue how that happened, because I thought his teleport would be in like the same spot, but I guess not. Now I'm spawning the Nuo. I'm not sure why. I guess just for the fun of it. I do get the last stand on the Teth though, and I was thinking of just going for the Teth because I knew that guy would kill through my last stand, but I ran into that wall, so I couldn't back up to get some damage on the other guy either. So now I'm deciding to spawn the Teth to finally kill this guy, which he has Reviver Drone, but he's EMP'd now, so I finally kill the Baglior. Now I'm teleporting over to the other Teth, which since he doesn't have a last stand, he'll die quickly, and he can't go out because he's EMP'd, but he's ultimately going to die here. And I'm not sure what that is yet. I do realize that they spawn another Amit. And when I get up here, I realize that it's a Leo. And I realize that if he moves back, I'm not going to be able to teleport up there. So I teleport up there as quick as possible and wait for my suppression to wear off and hit him with another volley of Croco and Hippo. Now I'm going down to EMP him and get away from the Amit. And I should be able to take his last stand here. Now I'm trying to turn my back shields, but he's just going to wait and get above me, and there's basically nothing I can do. So I'm teleporting up to him to get away from the Amit again and get some more damage, which I almost get, but he gets a mothership and I die. So now I'm spawning my Titan, which I just put full Veneers and Vinciers on here, so I guess we'll see how this does. I do get some damage on the Leo. That's Mark 3, by the way. Get a bit of damage on the Amit, but not too much. He missed his shot there, and I'm just waiting for the Amit's shield to end, which the Amit's basically going to be able to repair any damage I do to it. So I dash here, which was actually a perfect dash. I try and bait that Amit into using his shield, but teleport back to the Leo and finally kill him. And now that the Amit used its shield, I can hide behind this cover and wait, but they do spawn a sword unit, so I decide to use my stealther, which was perfect because the other dude spawned a sword unit as well. So now I can wait for that guy's sword unit to go down, kill him, and go up here. I thought that I would have been closer with my ability, but I guess not. And there's his second sword unit. So now I can get behind cover over here, which is good because I have not lost much health. And he decides to dash in, which I'll almost kill him here, but missed the final shot and get him right there. And now that he spawned his Princeps, I want to get up closer because I know that he's going to spawn, the other guy's going to spawn the Sharanga and use those weapons, which I won't be able to counter. So I'm getting up closer and hoping I won't get dashed away, which I do here, so I use a stealther. And now maybe his ability will end before I get there, but yeah. I do get a good amount of damage on him though, but the Sharanga actually dropped down, which was a fatal mistake, and he times me out there, which was the only thing I was waiting for. So now that his timeout ability is gone, I'm going to dash in with my Death Mark and ultimately slay him. And my repair imps just max out here. That's why it's so important for my repair imps to max out, like when we're bursting each other, because now this guy's not doing very much damage. But if they would have maxed out before, I would have 100% been dead here. Which I'm very slow right now, but I finally get the Princeps. And then we'll get this Rex. And they should have one more robot, I believe. Yeah, they do. The Lynx. Look at this clip, look at this clip. Boom, the pre-dash backwards into the kill, which uses a phase shift, but it's not going to do much. That was kind of cool. That was a cool clip right there. And that is the end. Ultimately, GG's to these two. It was a lot of fun playing with them, and they do actually have decent hangers, especially the Anaxor, the Baglior, the Vector that they have, and the Titans as well. The Princeps is a very good Titan with those 3 weapons, and yeah, it was a lot of fun. If you guys want to 1v1 me, I guess comment, and I'll try and find a time, and I'll see you guys in the next one.